Out running around town. That's what I love to do. Actually, I walk around town, but that's still great. I mean, yesterday I did like 7.5 miles or something like that. And I try to do 6 or more a day. And it, I think, is the best thing I've done for my life, besides try to get rid of my demons, which that I've been lucky with recently too. That's what's so neat about living long, man. You figure out stuff you never could think about when you're in 30s, 40s, or even 50s. And it just gets better. At least that's a biased opinion. Sometimes I know it doesn't work for everybody, and that's what, I'm trying to get Let's Go Help to be all about, and something that after I leave, it could even stay and help people show the help that is there for people. Because it is there if you know where to look. So I'm trying to teach people how to find this kind of help no matter where you live in the United States. And now we're in the middle of another grant application period. For the last 3 months, we've been giving out grants. And the last 2 months, we gave out $15,000 each month. This month, we're going to give out $20,000. And as long as business stays, I hope to do that and maybe even more. So this month, the application ends in October 4th. So we start on the 4th of July. So every 4th of the month after that, we'll just keep giving out money, as long as we make it. If we don't make it, then we're going to have to cut back. Better, but more globally productive. Yes, I guess. I don't know what's going on. We're all guessing. We don't know the answer to anything. We just keep guessing. Hey, this looks good. And you try it now. Fuck, it doesn't work anymore. And that's what happened with living long, because things don't work that you learned how to do, and they don't work anymore. So you got to get your butt up and try to find out. And there's help for that too. So by the grant that we give out, it's $1,000 for 10 people and $500 for 10 people. Now it's only Let's Go Help members, so you have to be a member. But see what I'm talking about, you could also give grants in two ways. So if you don't feel that you really need the money and somebody else should, okay, well then you could also fill out an application because you're a member, and the application is write 3 sentences on what you'll do with the money. So this is not your normal grant application. It's the easiest application on the internet. So you tell us your friend who needs the money, and if they're chosen, we give them the money. So that's why you have the power now to give out my grant money. You can ask it for yourself or ask it for somebody else. And what you can do too, what I think is very helpful too, is help other members. If you know something, share it with the rest of us. If you know a source of free money, and help share it with the rest of us. I mean, so many people do it. A woman just left me a note yesterday, and to the members, to everybody, about the new grant that you can get $600 to $3,500 if you work through the pandemic. So if you're a worker through the pandemic, you get $600 and $3,500. Okay, so now she doesn't need it, but what she did is call the office, find out all the details. See, she did my work. And this is what, I don't have time to do all that. So that's why I need members to help other members. So she gave us an update for everybody to learn that. That's what I mean about helping people. I mean, the joy that is in life is really in helping people. You like loving somebody, right? Well, this is another way to love somebody professionally. And there's no STDs involved. So it's a great way, and that's what it's here for. So when you see all their questions that people have to ask me, they're open. You could see them, and then what you say, hey, I know an answer to that. Man, see, that is giving somebody a big hug in life, and we all need hugs in life. Man, that's the nicest thing about people, is they could reaffirm your being, or your being here, or whatever. And you could hug people like that by just showing them a source, or telling them about an experience that will help them get the money they need, or find a place they need to get help. And that's what you can do. You have that power. And you also have power to put in an application for friends of yours that are in financial trouble and need help like that. See, and that's why I just want to make something that, a giving circle. I mean, that sounds stupid, I don't know, but that there's too much meanness out there. I feel that we have to put up with. I mean, that's life, right? It's not Disneyland. Well, actually, there are mean people down there. But it is. It's a struggle for all of us to get through this thing. And so any bit of help that you could give to somebody else who's struggling, and that's why most people, that are members are either struggling financially or trying to accomplish something that requires financial assistance. And see, I also believe there's so many ways to do things with or without financial assistance, and that's why we get stuck, that we need money, and that's why your ideas about other ways to do things and everything are very important. And they could help somebody get off a center ground and get on with their life. And by the way, I have 2 websites now. One is the normal one that we have, the Facebook group, but there's a lot of people that don't like Facebook and will never join it for some reason. I don't blame them. I have trouble with them too, and they could just stop my business instantly if they want. So it's a little precarious dealing with them. And actually, they won't let me in on my original name. They say I'm too young. I send them driver's license, I sent them passports, everything, and the robots don't know. You can't talk to a person at Facebook. All you get are robots. Yeah, and that's the problem. Now I have another Let's Go Help 2. And it's in the description too. I have the Facebook there, and there's only the $19.95 offer there now. Maybe we'll check. But people seem to like that also. And because you don't have to deal with Facebook, and also what that is organized by is by state. So when you go there, you could join a group for your state, so you could share all the secrets that you have about getting money and help in your state. And they could help you and point you probably better than I can, because they're living there, they know it, Even though I spent 35 years doing this, or 45, whatever, I finally got online. Yay, Michelle! Thank you. I'm still alive. I don't know how long this is going to be, but I figure I have 15 years. That should be falling off the log. If I keep exercising every day, I was a fat kid, so I fight weight every single day of my life. And the only thing that really helped was exercising. I started running when I got out of the Navy, and right here in Washington, D.C., right in these same grounds, 50 years ago. When I started my first running, I was an athlete in school because I'm a short, fat kid. And that kept it. Somehow that gives me something to make me want to not eat more than anything else. Be short of sewing my mouth closed. So exercise somehow did it better than anything else I could find. Any diet, all that kind of stuff. We're a Slovak-Polish family, so eating is very easy in our house. And in our community or society, man, we got junk food everywhere. It's so easy, and it tastes so good, doesn't it? Well, it's insatiable. It's a drug, like anything else. Like money, it's insatiable. It's a drug. Yeah? Ice cream is insatiable. It's a drug. So you have to be careful. To be limited. It's hard to limit yourself. We're not that good at being human sometimes, or being healthy humans. And we have, a culture that really, just tantalizes us all the time. They're enablers, right? But anyway, we got to take responsibility for that ourselves. Can't blame those idiots. But anyway, so you could help yourself by letting me show you where to apply for money and help to solve any problem, whether it's getting out of financial debt, whether it's getting a grant to buy a house, or move to another city because you want to move, you have health problems, how to pay your hospital bills or dental bills, or even get free dental care so you don't have dental bills. Also getting a better job, training, how to get $8,000 to $15,000 or more to get training for a better job, because they're the jobs that pay a lot. People with skills, unless you're going to do your own hustle, and that's another way. But I show you how to hustle on the side, how to work at home with no money. All the stuff that's available, websites that are available now, they called platforms, where you could sign up and get jobs just by the hour, by once a year, anything you want. You work, you quit, you work, you quit. Nobody cares. They just need stuff done, and you could apply to do that stuff. It requires no degree, no inside information or anything like that. You just sign up and go at it. Now, if you do those things, remember, you have to probably try more than one. You try them a bunch, because it's all part of the gig economy. That's like the Uber and Airbnb stuff, Taskmaster or TaskRabbit, all those things, where you just go on. Hey, what I like is cleaning windows. Okay, you put yourself on there, and people are looking at that website for cleaning windows, and they hire you if you're there. If you're not there, they can't hire you. You like walking dogs? I'll walk your dogs for you. People are making good money walking dogs, particularly in this area. There's a lot of yuppies that are living in downtown Washington, D.C., young professionals that are too poor to have children, and they all have dogs. And so, because they work all day, they need somebody to take their dog for a walk once or twice a day. So that's a nice business. You could do 5 dogs at a time and make a good chunk of money, and have no commitment, no worries, no boss, no nothing. No legal problems, nothing. So that's another neat side. I try to teach people that, because it's about earning income. Is what it's about, so you can take care of yourself. And now there's more ways to earn that income than any time else in the world. Now, they're coming up with a new stimulus package also. Okay, so let me wrap up about the 2 places. One, the 2 websites I have, the Let's Go Help and then Let's Go Help 2. Now, Let's Go Help 2, the website is Let's Go dash, the line in the middle, help dash 2, and then .mn for Mighty Network, mn.co, not com, just co. So that's Let's Go dash help dash 2 dot mn dot co, not .com, .co. Okay, so that's the new platform we have, and you get all the same kind of help, and we'll move over anything you need from Facebook, because you don't want to be there. You could, if you join there and you're also on Facebook, we can put you on Facebook for free, don't worry. Both of those sites are available for anybody, for any member. So once you pay your nickel, you could be either or both, whatever you want. But most of them, it's the insecurity of being on Facebook, and a lot of people don't like Facebook, and this is a smaller platform that more control. You can get a hold of people on the phone, and they answer, and they solve problems, and so it's great. And so we're trying to build that. And also, it's organized by state, so you could go by state. And it's a nicer place for you to put in your application for the grant, because there's in the groups, one of the groups is the grant of the month. So apply to the grant of the month. Every month you could apply, unless you won. So every month you can apply to the grant of the month, and that's $1,000 or $500, and we're up to $20,000 a month now. So to me, that's a lot of money. I don't know, a lot of people I know, it's not a lot of money. Fine with them, but to me, I know members and stories that need it more than anybody else, and I'm trying to get, do our part, in helping them individually, instead of giving it to some big nonprofit that who the hell knows if you really get it or not, or what you get, or you're paying for somebody's big salary and all that kind of stuff. So instead of giving it to some nonprofit, no, I'm going to give it direct to people who need it. Now, I have another scholarship I started in a community college, and I know the money goes right to the people. They have a foundation that's very little overhead to none, and they give all the money directly to students, so the students get that money. It's a community college. I call it, I don't need my government money scholarship fund, because I get Social Security, I have been for a while now, and I just give it to them, or most of it. I keep a little just as a backup in case. It's put to better use. I mean, if you get a year of college, man, for what I give you, I mean, that's terrific. And I think that's what we should be doing with our money, is investing in the future, investing in people that help. There is so much pain out there. You don't know how many members, man, live in cars. They're living in cars, give their children to somebody else to take care of, and they're trying to struggle living in a car. Man, I don't know what happened in America. It's not the America that I knew about or grew up with, but we're getting off track here. But yeah, we can't solve the big problems. I don't want to do that. That's too much politics that I'm not good at. I hate being told what to do. And just to do our part and help other people one-on-one. And I think that's the best we have to offer to our society, unless you really want to go into the business of trying to lead us somewhere. But also leading by example is another way. So that's why if you can join Let's Go Help and help other people in the community get the help they need, because you know stuff that you don't have to be a genius or Albert Einstein or anything like that. No, you just have to know one more thing better than somebody else who needs the thing. And that's a big universe for all of us, but we don't know where they are. See, that's why now we have a place we know where they are. These are people who have financial problems. They're trying to get help. So please try to help me help them. And it takes very little effort on your part. And the thing is, it feels good. I mean, my motivation in doing this is strictly selfish. I'm a selfish son of a bitch. Because it feels so good. Yeah. And that's why I think once you figure out to take care of yourself, well, how could you keep surviving and take care of other people too and help other people? I think that's the name of the game. So you find something you want to do. You learn how to feed yourself and take care of yourself, and then is, okay, how could you get paid and also help other people? And there's ways to do that. I figured out here, and there's so many ways. I mean, with your help or whatever, and people want to contribute. People who can will, people who can't, of course, can't. But they're the people who need it most. And that's why, how do we do that? So that's why the people who need it most, I want you to apply for a grant for them, so that you, if they win, you feel the reward of giving. Because you help that person do what he helped. Like we had a fellow last month who person living in a homeless shelter here, and used to be in the more, the funeral business, whatever that is, and he wanted to go back to school for a refresher course to get in, and he needed, just, like $1,000, and he applied for it, and we gave him the award, and I went over there and handed it, because it was in Washington, D.C., handed him personally. That's a wonderful feeling. But more so the person who applied. See, and that's what they're feeling, that they know they helped somebody they know. Really, it's amazing what $500, $1,000 can do to someone's in life. If it doesn't really buy them success for the rest of their life, no. But see, what we all need besides that is a little encouragement that everybody in life doesn't beat you up, And that's what you feel when you're getting beat up and can't, get a leg up on anything. You feel that it becomes helpless. So that's why I feel that even with the $500 and $1,000, it's not a life-changing amount. I understand. But it's a way to show people that someone does care about their struggle, and someone's doing what they can, to help you. And that can be, I can't promise it is, I don't know, can be enough for them to really just get on with life a little better and get a little smile or whatever it takes for them to feel better about trying a little harder. Because man, if you get no's all the time and you get beat up all the day, every day, that's tough to go out. I think that's why my first 2 marriages failed. I was always starting businesses and beating up and failing, beat me up and fail. And I think I stayed married because I had somebody I could go home to who said they loved me. Everybody else all day called me an asshole. So that's why, the marriages were maybe more on that level. I was a young guy, what the hell? I didn't know anything about relationships. It took me 2 failing marriages to start realizing, hey, this stuff takes work, doesn't it? It's like a business. It just doesn't happen by itself. No, you got to work at this stuff. There's no pixie dust that makes all this happen for you. You're not in a Disney movie. You're in life. You know. And everybody else is struggling too. So that's why but they're afraid to admit it, because they can't charge a lot of money. Like if I promise, it's easier to get more money from you if I promise this is going to work and I'm so fucking smart and all that kind of stuff. And I'm guessing like hell. I'm just trying to show you what I know, and it may or may not work. If they call you, it's a reflection of it. That's true. You know, I mean, that's absolutely true. They're fighting their own demons. Yeah. And but sometimes it's hard to get out, particularly growing up as a male in this country. We have this macho shit that we're born with. And I don't think we're born. A lot of us inbred. I try to find my real self by getting rid of that. That's like dressing like this, man. I took failing and everything else. Yeah. And then I said, hey, I'm going to have fun because I'm going to fail anyway. And when that happened, well, wow, then it was different. So that's why it's how do we get people to feel they have a pat in the back? How do we get people to feel it's not as bad? I mean, it may be for them, but there's ways to get through it. Maybe not the perfect way. See, that's the other thing you have to be realized hard when you're in trouble, that the way you think you get out of it may not be the only way or the right way for you. You just read about that somewhere and you think that's the right way or it makes sense to you. The world is too big to have one way to solve a problem. That's why there are millions of ways. And that's why anybody promises you anything, that if you give them money to do this, well, that may be because it worked that way for somebody, but probably won't work for you. It usually never does. That's why the key to all this, trying to get out of trouble, is don't get further in financial trouble. Don't give money to anybody, you know, who promises you money at the end. Yeah, because then nobody can do that. Yeah, but they try to pretend they can. The only pretend to give you a grant are the people giving out the grants. But like me, I'm giving out the grants, but I don't leave it to me. I have a panel that chooses all. They go through all the applications, and they choose the best. You know, that's their decision. I don't want to be involved. I leave it there. They're all nice people. They all have good hearts. If they didn't have a good heart, they wouldn't be working with me. And that's the important thing. And so they can, you know, so nobody has complete authority over where that money goes. So they have to go to Congress and get an okay. And that's not me. I have nothing involved. I don't even know who they pick. Yeah. And until they give me the names to send the money. And that's what I'm doing today, sending the money. That's so nice. I mean, to send people, you know, $1,000, $500 or whatever, and I got a note yesterday, boy, you know, my mom and I, we've never won anything in our life, you know, and this was so important. Wow. Well, I mean, I should have nothing better to do in my life than to try to do that more. You know, if you can affect somebody else's life like that. But first you got to take care of your own, and you can't give until you're strong enough to give. So you got to take care of you first. Get on, you know, solid footing. And that's what I'm trying to show you. The other ways to get on solid footing without having to spend a lot of money. See, everybody thinks, oh, I don't have a lot of money, so I can't do this. Don't have a lot of money, so that's crazy. It won't be easy, but you can. Nothing. Even if you had a lot of money too, it's going to be hard, and at the end you probably lose the money, and then you'll be worse off. See, here I'm trying to show you ways that you can do it, and if it doesn't work out, you don't lose money. You're not further behind the 8 ball. Yeah, you learn something, grown. You learn the system. You could, you know, the next application will be a little better, and things like that. And that's another thing. Well, the application for us is only a couple of sentences. That's all you need. I have slight problem looking for help and filling out forms if anybody in the group. Well, do you have a form to fill out? You know, don't worry about filling out a form until you have a form that you know is a good chance for you to fill, okay? Until then, don't pretend a form is something that you think you see in your head, because it probably isn't, you know? And then most forms that you get from the government to fill out for that, they are likely to have somebody in their office that helps you. And if they don't, then I could show you people who will. You know, so don't spend time looking for people to help you fill out forms when you don't have the form in your hand that you think is right for you, okay? Because that's the hard part. The easy part is filling it out, but you don't know that yet because you haven't seen the application, or you've seen the wrong applications, yeah? So, I mean, to me, getting someone to fill out the forms is like buying a prom dress. You probably heard me say this. Buying a prom dress before you're invited to the prom. Get your prom invitation. Get asked to the prom, then go out and buy the prom dress. You know, I'm willing to do the work. I just don't know where to start, and I'm a newbie, but I'm late. Ah, that's right. We all are newbies. Anytime we do something new, that's all. So just pretend you're going to start stumbling and failing and trying and failing. That's what it's going to be. You didn't, wake up to play baseball. You had to swing and miss a lot and fumble and all that stuff. Everything new is like that. But as we get older, we want to have the 5-step program. And everybody's out there selling you a 5-step program. Just give them $1,000. There is no stop-step program. It's a 1-step program. And fail, then it's another step program. And fail, it's another step program. And fail. That's the shortcut. Realizing that you don't need a guide. Realizing that there are not 7 magic steps. No, you have to do it your way anyway, because that's what makes it special. That's what makes it work better for you. Is catch is live. Best thing to do is catch his live. I'm a federal employee, and I'm eligible for federal contracting opportunity. Yeah, see, right. Federal contract, man, that's better. Okay, if you have trouble, I mean, they're going to be a little more complicated than any grant you find out. But there's offices that the government gives grants to help you fill out those contracts. Okay, that's what they're there to do. They got grant money to help you fill out a grant. Now, isn't that amazing? The government gives people money to help you figure out how to get money from them. And who would have known? That's crazy mind to me. But it's true, and that's what's neat about our country or our life today. There's stuff that you would never believe that's true. And it's so amazing. And that's why you just enjoy it, because it's nuts. And if you think it's the way you should like it to be, forget it. It's not the way you think it should be or would like it to be or read somewhere, and it's not. You just get in and wrestle with the monster. And nobody cares. Nobody cares if you fail. Nobody cares about all that stuff. That used to stop me from doing anything, was the fear of failure. And that's when my first 2 businesses failed. Man, it's the best thing that happened to me. I realized nobody cares. They're all involved in their own life. They don't care about you. So you're allowed to fail and do that. And that's the way you learn. That's the way you grow. If you learn to walk the first time, you didn't just get up off your mother's lap or your dad's lap and walk across the room, right? No, you fell on your ass 100 times. Now, if your dad said, hey, don't do that, you're going to fall, you'd never learn to walk, right? So that's why if somebody says, hey, don't do that, you're not going to get the money, then you're never going to get the money, right? So just remember that in your head. Don't take a step, little baby. You're going to fall. You've never done this before. So don't apply to that application, little grant baby. You're going to fail. Yes, I want to get out and fail so I can learn this shit. That's the only way to do it. If you want to have life with guardrails, so you get no gutter balls, then you'll never learn how to throw a ball. And so life doesn't have guardrails. But that's the way you learn. You don't learn things when things are easy. You want to do something new that's difficult, well then only way to learn it, roll up your pants legs or your sleeves or whatever the hell it is and just try it. Nobody cares if you fail. Nobody's looking. And that's why if you have fun doing it. If you're worried about how you look and all that, nobody really cares but you. And your bigger mission should be, how do I help myself? What do I have to do? And how much it's going to be harder than I thought it would be to get out of the mess I'm in. If you were starting at scratch and never did anything before in life, then you would know the difference and you'd fail and that'd be fine. Sort of like learning to walk. But now we want to, oh, and I know walk, I know how to do everything. No, you don't. None of us do. So this is a new game. It costs nothing to play. And if you have other options, yes, they're going to be easier. If you have a rich friend to give you a lot of money, yes, that'll be easier. But if you really want to do something in life and have no other resources to do it, this is, I think, the way to do it. I don't know another way to do it. So this is the way to do the things you really want to do in life, how to solve the financial problems you have, without doing something drastic, putting on a mask and going to a 7-Eleven. And they're here for that reason. That's the only thing that really amazes me. We actually have tens of thousands of programs exactly to solve your problems, okay? But, it's a can of spaghetti. And I've been doing it for 40 or 50 years, and I still don't have it down perfectly. Probably never will. But what I boil it down to, I need tax property money. Yes, actually the new Biden grant program for homeowners has that money in it. And there's other sources to do. So if you're a member of either, I'll send you a report on that, where to check and whatever. So, and remember, everything I send you is not a guarantee you get the money. You have to, and maybe get it, maybe don't. I can't guarantee any of it. Nobody can. But I know you won't get it if you don't apply. And that's why, if you don't look at life like, shit, I may win, I may not, and just try to play the game, you're just going to do a lot better, I feel. But, that's a biased opinion, and a lot of people get through life doing different things, different ways. But particularly if you don't have resources, you don't have money. I mean, America is really built on that, But we forget. We think, oh no, I need $1 million to start a business. That's crazy. You don't. You need nothing. I started all my business, both of my, all 3, 4, 5, whatever the hell I had, with absolutely no money. You don't need money to start a business because you spend too much time looking for money. And then maybe get it. So there are other ways to just start. So we go to the federal government to get grants, $20,000 free. I don't know what you mean by that. But that's what I'm talking about, is the government has, trillions of dollars it gives out every year in grants for people to do something. You may or may not get it, but last year over 150 million people did, So it's like anything in life, If you're not trying, you won't get it. GPO, G-O-G-P-O. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's great. Well, listen, guys, I got to go back and answer questions. That's what I do most of my day, is if you join any of those, the Let's Go help on Facebook or the new one that we just set up, I'm answering all the Facebook questions now. I don't answer all the other ones, all the new ones. But I'm training people to get all that information, and all the information there. You download all the reports are right there. Help from other people is right there. Video training is all right there. So just keep asking away. I want to learn. I am ready. Great, Sandra. If you don't want to give me any money, I understand. Start going through the videos I have here on YouTube. And by the way, the links are in the description on below if you want. GPO publication. Yeah, actually, you're right. The GPO does. My first New York Times bestseller was a book I copied from the GPO. I copied it verbatim. No, I made it a lot smaller because it's a huge book, 1,000 pages, and I made it a lot of smaller and described all the program, and it became a New York Times bestseller. See, I flunked English in college, so I'm not a literary genius, and I have 2 New York Times bestseller. Fernando, are you a member? We just sent $1,000 to a Fernando, or I did. Did you apply to the last? I don't know if it's you or not, so don't get your hopes up. I know I will fail, but I won't always fail. I use Band-Aids. Good. Good. And once you fail, then I never do that again, and then you try something else. See, And that's how you build up what you need to get through. Uh, so that's important. I bought your program last week, and it's great resources for grants. And well, thank you. I think it's the best in the country, but that's a biased opinion. But listen, all you people, I don't say this word much, but I love you so much because of what you've done for me these last couple of years. It's just been the most phenomenal years in my life, to tell you the truth. I mean, I've up and down, successes and failures and all that kind of stuff, and some big stuff that happened to me I never thought would. This is better than ever because you've let me be close to you and helping your problems, and there's nothing better than to give and feel it's being given to. Before I used to write books, they used to like it, but they never use it. Really just me dancing on TV and buy something, throw money at me, and never open the book because it's too hard. Now with the service, and I'm able to give one-on-one help, because of the technology, and it makes my life so much more valuable to me. And I'm gonna do this till I die. I got so much more to do, and I hope I got 15 more years at least to do this. I feel pretty good, so I'm counting on it. Oh, the description has the websites if you're looking for it.